All right, welcome back. I'm realcopstoriesvideos.com, over 370 cop stories. Please look them up. Got 4 years of ice, a lot of gross alerts, fun stuff. People around naked, chasing guys naked, chasing women on horseback. I mean, it's just tons of stuff, okay? And we also have, in addition to that, over 200 questions and answers. So ask me a question, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. I'm sorry about that. And I'll answer you directly, and we'll put it on video, okay? So we're doing some of those in the future, real close future. But right now I got some more cop stories for you, okay? So we're working, after 9/11, we were following some people of interest, and they just happened to be Mideastern people. It makes sense, I guess, after the 9/11. But they wanted to monitor and see what they were doing and see what organizations they may or may not belong to. So there was no enforcement action. It was just going to be all intelligence gathering. Everything was done legal. Everything was done from the street. We didn't go to anybody's houses. We didn't set up any cameras. It was all just watch them come out, targets that we were given, and follow them around, see who they meet and where they go, and document it and then send it into someplace downtown. And the FBI or the feds and our department had these, I didn't see any of these, they had large flow charts, and these people go in there, people go in there, and we were told, and probably rightly so, that they were compiling information so that if something happens, violent against the citizens, obviously, that they can, once they find out who the perpetrators are, or they think they know who they are, they can start tracking who they hung out with and where they go and where they came from. So ultimately, you can go serve search warrants and stop these people, seize guns and ammo and explosives and all that. So there's a reason for this intelligence gathering. Some liberals may not like it, but you got to stop this stuff, man. We just had a bunch of people taken out by these type of people in New York. You can't just ignore it. You have to do something about it, okay? And remember, this is right after. This is within 6-7 months after this happened. So this is on our mind. And we had a new chief that was from New York and became our chief, and he was very aggressive on this kind of stuff. So we did it. Okay, fine. So our squad composed of 10 detectives. 2 of us were supervisors, and we had 8 subordinates. And kind of a weird chain of command here. Myself and my boss, we were both the same rank. And what they can do is they can designate who's going to be in charge and who's not. So he was senior to me, and it was rightly so. He was put in charge of the squad, and I was his assistant, even though we were the same rank. Not a big deal, okay? I mean, he's a great guy. We worked together when we were just lowly detectives. And a funny guy, good guy, okay? A little gruff sometimes, but everybody has their thing. So we would get clues from downtown. And remember now, when narcotics officers do their own cases, we develop the clues. We get them from informants, we get them from wives, ex-employees. We compile information, we work up a sheet, we work up a case, and we check all the cars involved, we check the people involved, see if anybody has any warrants, see if the cars are stolen, see if the house is being under investigation before we even start this thing, because what if somebody else is investigating? Why should we double the effort? We'll just call them and say, hey, are you doing this guy? Okay, we'll see you later, go ahead and handle it, and we're done. So it eliminates duplication of work. It eliminates, 2 or 3 agencies going after one guy at the same time. It's not a good thing to do. Okay, but now we're not making cases. We're working all this surveillance on people of interest. Okay, so the cases are given to us from downtown. Now we don't know what kind of people work in these offices that are giving us these cases. We don't know whether they're tenured detectives, whether they're rookies, who knows who they are, whether they're FBI agents. Who knows who they are? We just get this package, and they go, here's the house, here's the cars, and here's the person you want you to look at. Just look at it for 2 or 3 days and see who they meet and where they go. That's pretty much, they wouldn't tell us anymore, which is really funny because they would say, well, without a security clearance, we can't tell you anymore. Okay? You just gave us his name, his address, his cars, and you can't tell us anymore? Well, that's the way they work. They'll give you so much, and then whatever you retrieve, they'll keep it, take it from you, and then they'll give you another case. Which is actually, I had a kind of a really excitable, later on, assistant that was all wigged out over this. We should know everything. I said, you don't want to know everything. Why? Because if you finally go to trial, say he does something, you're going to have to go to court. They're going to ask you, where'd you get the information from? How many days did you follow him? How many hours were you with him? How many cars do you want to sit there and listen to that for a week? I'm not going to do it. I don't want to know. It's called plausible deniability. I got the case from downtown. I don't know nothing. Okay? I said, that's a lot easier, isn't it? He goes, no, that's pretty good. Yeah, don't burden yourself with this information. We don't need to know. We're making great overtime. We got take-home cars. We got a really good job. We got 8 people that work for us are fantastic. What else is there in life? Okay, so anyway, back to this one. So we got a case. I'm giving you all this because you see what's going to happen here in a minute. So we have a clue. Okay, so we set up on the house at 6 in the morning, like we always do. Cars in the driveway. We're all spread out. We wait. Okay. Since I was the assistant, I had our radios for communications with our squad, and then I had a police radio in case we come into the city where I can dial up any division we want in case we need some help. You know, we never expected to have help because we were not in the enforcement arm. We were just intelligence, watching and recording. That's all we did. Okay. We're like the wind. Once we give the information and we're gone. Like we were never there. Okay. Okay, so fine. So the guy comes out of his house, he starts taking off. Okay. So we're following him. And it's kind of like 20 miles from downtown. And he's driving around and doing stuff, running errands, everything else. So we had phones in. So I called my boss, which is my friend. I said, hey, this guy's acting kind of funny. And he goes, yeah, he's not really doing a bunch of weird things. He was just like, he wasn't doing what we thought he would do, like meet people. He was just going to like the laundry, and then he went and got something to eat, and he went over to, and the guys we followed before of interest, they would usually go to a mosque or a meeting place or meet other guys in parks, and we could see what they were doing with other people of their own kind. And I'm not going to say more than that, but so it was interesting. Like you go to a park and meet a guy, and then the guy would leave, and then half of us would follow the guy he met and get him into a car and write the plate down. That's it, and we'd just leave. It was just stuff like that, just to keep the charts going, so information keeps coming in to the downtown people, and they can start doing their flow charts and start doing whatever they do. Okay, he wasn't doing that. He was just going, okay, fine. So I said, hey, what I'm going to do? I'm going to run the car. It just has a funny feeling. He goes, why do you run the car for? I told him, he's a gruff guy. Because I feel like it. And now I'm starting to act back at him, because we're both the same rank. He's not talking down to me now. No one talks. Once I got that top step, nope, no one talks to me like that anymore. And not supposed to. Well, do whatever you want to do. I said, okay, fine. So now we're getting on the freeway. We're coming in. So I take my police radio. It has very good, now these radios have really good range. And I dial in a lady RT or a lady officer, a lady civilian radio dispatcher. Doesn't matter what division. I get her up on the thing. And I get my call sign and run this plate for me. She goes, Roger. So we're coming in, 60 miles an hour inbound. She comes back. It's a stolen car. Okay. Okay, that is a big no-no for any department, I think. And I know it's our department. You cannot follow around all day in someone in a stolen car. You cannot follow someone all day if you know that he has a felony warrant or any felony warrant. Even if he has a misdemeanor warrants, they kind of don't want you to follow around for that either. Because here's the thing: if you follow someone with a felony warrant, I'm going to cite here, and he commits another crime, they're going to find out that you were following this guy before he committed the crime. So the city department is responsible for someone suing us because we should have arrested him and not let him get that far to do the next crime. That makes sense? Same with the misdemeanors. You have people with drunk driving arrests, people with shoplift arrests, a lot of the misdemeanor stuff, like sexual battery. They all have warrants. You can't do that because if he commits another crime, we're going to get sued, and rightly so, because you should have arrested him. Eliminate the threat. Okay, so the guys downtown should have ran him. I hope they did, but they should have ran the car, and they never ran the car. Never ran the car. And you cannot follow a stolen car. It's like Star Trek, you should not interfere with another world's affairs, that kind of prime directive, I think they call it. You cannot do that. Okay, so we're on the freeway, and I go, oh, okay, now I'm going to get my gruffy boss. Hey, so-and-so, yeah, the car's stolen. He goes, what? It's like that. So you don't want me to run it, right? Oh, no. Okay, so I go, I'll take care of it. We're coming into the city now. We're getting close. I said, I'll handle it. Just stay on the car. I'll get the frequency because I know I've been on the job 27 years. So I know all the divisions. I know the frequencies on the radio. I'll take care of it. Just keep an eyeball on him, okay? And now he gets on the air. Okay, you guys, this car's stolen. And you hear guys on the radio go, what? I go, keep him on there. We're going to pull out my name. He's going to get the unit to stop it. Just keep him in sight. Don't let him get away. And you don't have to be clandestine anymore. We were trying to hide when we followed someone. Very careful. Now we just stay on because he's going to get stopped. There's no worry about me burning the cars. In other words, him seeing us behind him. But be cool. Okay, so I get on the frequency. And not a real side note here, but we had really call signs that if you're a patrol officer, when I worked patrol, you never heard these call signs. When you heard this call sign, some big entity was around here somewhere. I mean, in other words, our call signs were like sergeant, another radio car, but you hear a different call sign come on. It's like the captain's out here, which is big. Commander's driving around. You hear those call signs, you know. You go, whoa! You know, in other words, the VIPs are running around here, and our call signs were, they knew it was something to do with surveillance and the big boys from downtown. I mean, right, we're big boys. But anyway, we are from downtown, but you know, okay. So I put out my call sign to the girl. They call her the RTO. I said, so and so, we need to have a vehicle stop. We're following a stolen vehicle. You know, westbound 10, getting off at Spring Street. And she goes, and I got the right frequency. So she gets on there and goes, any unit, she runs it out really fast, you know. So-and-so call sign is following a stolen vehicle, license plate so-and-so, getting off at Spring Street, stand by. So, and who can make the stop? So I hear I hear in the background of my radio, you know, 1X so-and-so, I got it, 1X so-and-so, we're there, you know. So they're already, remember now, they hear the call sign, because I got they're thinking, ooh, what is this? You know, so, who are these guys? So he gets off, he makes a turn down Spring Street, and we're southbound Spring Street. So, and she says, down by Spring Street. I hear another unit in the background. We're waiting on 4th Street. We're here on 3rd Street. They're ready, man. They are right on the money, okay? So I said, okay. I said, crossing 1st Street. I go, stand by. There'll be 6 plainclothes units behind you in case of a pursuit. And then I said it I keyed our microphone so my guys could hear it, along with me broadcasting, because I wanted my guys to hear it. So they'll be there up close to back up the patrol guys. We don't know what's in this car. We don't know whether it's armed suspects, one guy. We don't know whether he's going to take off. So you tell patrol, we've got 6 plainclothes guys behind him, help you in case of a foot pursuit. And I told my guys that also. My guys are really good at that. So they were ready. This guy went down some street. All of a sudden, man, it's like, you know, police car central, man. Just, you know, 4 police cars out with shotguns. My guy just kind of backed down, and here they come. You know, and watch it. I'm in the back going, oh my gosh. You know. And guess what's up there? The helicopter. Oh my God. Motor officer comes rolling up. Everybody's here because it's a stolen car. And why are they there? Because they heard a really unusual call sign. Our call signs. You never hear those. I can't mention the call sign. Very unusual number, which is, they don't know what it is. Okay, so since I was in charge of this, and as they're getting them out, and they see the other officers run up, and they stick their guns in their car, and they put the guns up, and they give out a code for everything's fine. So only one guy, we knew that, but want to make sure. So my boss tells everybody, get out of there, meet at some corner, and I told him, I'll go up there and talk to him. So okay, that's fine. So I pull up, I get out, got my badge out, walking up. Supervisor's there, of course. A couple of officers look over at me, and I go, how you doing? And the sergeant comes over, and the other guys, who are you guys? And I said, well, I said, I need to talk to the supervisor. You know, I can't, you know. So he goes, oh, okay. So we walk over to the side, and I go, we work surveillance, this is anti-terrorist, this and that. So just tell your people, would they mind taking the body? We just did surveillance. Someone gave us this clue, and the car was stolen, and we found that out a few hours later. We really are done with this. We don't even want to be involved in this. Okay. If you need us later, you got my name and everything. He goes, we don't need this. Stolen car, run all the time. So he goes, hey you. He goes, you take over this case. You want this case? So, yeah, they want it because they can get credit for a felony. That's what the cops want. They got a caller. You know, that's what they call it. No, we don't call it a call. That's East Coast. But they wanted the arrest because, you know, every arrest you make, you get credit for it. So they get a nice felony arrest. They get an impounded car. They go, we got it, boss. And off they went. That's what they do. That's what I did when I was a young cop. They're all excited. So that was pretty good. So we just, see you later, thank you. I said, we were never here. He just smiles, and we just walked away, and we took off. That was it. That was our stolen car incident. So very interesting how all those things work together. And those guys are young cops, very aggressive. I was very proud to see them. That 27 years later, I watched the same thing I did when I was a kid, and it's still out there. Alphas running around chasing bad guys. So a pretty neat little caper. Anyway, talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.